Hey guys, this is Anton, and welcome to the first in a new series of Patreon-funded TV comms. We haven't done a television comm in a long time. We usually stick to movies, and even then it's like marathons of stuff like the Disney Fon and the upcoming Ghibli Fon. But I figured this was the right time to get back into the shorter, more intimate sort of commentaries. And the first one on the commentary chopping block is episode 3 of Initial D, First Stage. And I've got THD with me here today. I figured he'd like a bit of DRIFTO action.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar. I mean, I haven't really seen Initial D. I only mostly know of it because, like, memes, and I actually unironically like Eurobeat because I am trash. So, well, I mean, we may as well actually kind of watch it and see what it's all about.
Indeed. Now, I will try and give, like, a summation of what happened in episodes 1 and 2 as we go along, but I don't have any history of Initial D whatsoever. I have, like, you know, the Wikipedia page here, but I'm rambling now. We can't show you the video, obviously for copyright reasons, so you'll have to sync up our commentary to your video file, and please be aware, the copy of the episode we have has a site intro at the start of it. I can't tell you what that site is. Again, obviously, it has a number in it. That's as far as I'm allowed to go. Otherwise, check the video description for syncing information, and yeah, we're going to get right on into it in 3, 2, 1. Okie dokie, Initial D. Are you ready for some DRIFTO action, mate?
Well, I hope they drift in this. I've heard so much about the drifting in Initial D, you're kind of setting up expectations at this point. Well, there's a car. I also know that they like to use the damn 90s CGI for this kind of shit, so I'm looking forward to it.
Alright, Initial D was, or is, I guess it's still going, a Japanese sports manga series written and illustrated by Shuichi Shigino. It was serialized in Young Magazine from 1995 to 2013, with the chapters collected into 48 tankobon volumes by Kodansha. The story focuses on the world of illegal Japanese street racing, but all the action is concentrated in the mountain passes and rarely in cities or urban areas, and with the drift racing style emphasized in particular. Professional race car driver and pioneer of drifting, Kaishi Tsuchiya, helped with the editorial supervision. The story is centered on the prefecture of Gunma, more specifically on several mountains in the Kanto region, and in their surrounding cities and towns. It's been adapted into several anime, television, and original video animations by OB Studio Comet, Studio Gallop, Pastel, ACGT, and Synergy SP. It also has a live-action film by Avex and Media Asia, which was released in 2005. Let me scroll down. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of them. There's Initial D, referred to retroactively by fans as First Stage. That has 26 episodes, released in 98. That's what we're watching. Then you have Second Stage in 1999. Extra Stage, which is a 2-episode OVA in 2000, Initial D Third Stage, a 114-minute movie in 2001, Fourth Stage, 24-episode series from 2004 to 2006, Initial D Extra Stage 2, a 50-minute OVA in 2008, Fifth Stage, 2012 to 2013, and Final Stage, which is 4 episodes, which is a compilation movie in 2014. And it even goes up to as recent as 2016 with New Initial D the movie, Legend Free Dream.
So I like how this driving anime starts off, at least this episode, with the guy crashing, thus proving he's not a very good driver. I mean, that's just kind of... it's subverting my expectations, but I want to see where this goes.
It's weird, because when it comes to, like, anime and whatnot, my experience is fucking Speed Racer, and even more recently in that regard, it's that one clip of the really skeevy-looking guy trying to get him to drive over a cliff, and he's like, he's going over that cliff! Oh!
See, what kind of town do you have to live in where the only exciting thing that really goes on are people hitting curves really harshly, you know? I mean, there's gotta be at least a Walmart or some other place to hang out at, right?
Oh, you know when he goes shopping, he drifts around the aisles and whatnot. Yeah, we're watching the sub because we're filthy weeaboos like that, by the way.
Now, I know this is like episode 3, apparently there's been some context up to this point. I'm gonna shoot out of the dark here, like I said, I don't really know what's going on, but I'm guessing there's some big race, and this guy fucked it up, so now maybe he's gotta get a replacement or something like that.
Alright, here's the synopsis for the first couple of episodes. Episodes in first stage are numbered as acts, such as Act 1, the ultimate tofu store drift. Oh my god, I was closer to that than I initially imagined. Alright, episode 1. Takumi Fujiwari is an 18-year-old high school student who usually appears aloof and uninterested in most things. Same, brother, same. Along with his best friend, Itsuki, they both work at a gas station. They are friends with a young man named Ikitane, the leader of Akina Speedstars, a local racing team, and their manager, Yuichi. One night, Ikitane brings the two up Mount Akina to experience the life of a street racer, but just in time, the Red Suns from Mount Akagi, led by the Takahashi brothers, have come to challenge the Speedsters to a race. What they don't know is the fastest car on the downhill is an 8.6, and that is what Takumi uses to deliver tofu every morning.
I don't know, is this like a Japanese only thing where you have like a fish, like, I know it's like illegal street racing, but they got like teams, they call them like Red Suns. Did they ever do that in the Fast and Furious where everybody had a cute little code name for their team or something like that?
Well, there was Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, which funnily enough is the only one I've ever watched.
Well, that's some good context for you, I suppose.
Oh, you'll like the title for the second episode. Revenge Declaration, Burning Turbo.
Oh my goodness, that's totally something you get in these kind of early 80s, 90s kind of anime. It's great.
Kaisuke Takahashi of the Red Suns is on the hunt for the mysterious ghost driver of Akina that defeated him with a shocking drift door technique. Upon hearing this rumor, Ikitani goes out to locate this monstrous 8.6, only to learn that it belongs to Takumi's own dad. And that brings us to episode 3, the downhill specialist appears.
Ah, it certainly went downhill in that opening there where he crashed through the guardrail.
Thank you, thank you.
I like how the gas station helpfully told you that we accepted credit cards. Although, I guess at the time, credit cards were actually pretty new, now that I think about it, so...
Yeah, this did come out in 98 after all.
Remember when they hired people to fill gas for you? I mean, I guess that's something that's increasingly these days. They're even automating, like, checkouts at Walmart, so I guess the day of the checkout boy soon will be past us.
Oh, they're all drifting nowadays. They ain't got no time to be filling up other people's cars. That's going to be the majority of the jokes in this commentary, by the way. Hey, you hear about that drift? He's drifting. He's a drifter.
They need a smoking anime. I want them to come up with a smoking anime, and they have to collect the 7 different kinds of crystal cigarettes.
The crystal ganja. Wonderful. I don't know.
I guess he's pretty good for somebody who crashed through a guardrail. I mean, he certainly did better than I was doing.
Are you sure that was Takumi? Were you paying attention to the subs? I wonder.
He's got like some Brock eyes thing going on here. I don't know why that's a thing in this early kind of Japanese media. I don't even know if they still do that, but it's like sometimes they keep drawing people without any eyes. And you know, the last thing I would think, if you're somebody who wants to be driving downhill in an extreme way, is to have open eyes to see where the fuck you're going. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not an expert, but still.
No. All these street racers use the force to drive. That's how they can pull off such magnificent turns.
Get out of my head, Evangelion girl! What are you doing?
That's not Asuka. I'm not sure how I feel about the art style. It seems a bit shoujo to me.
Well, I mean, back then, like, it's kind of interesting when you look at, like, the evolution of, like, art styles in this anime overall. Like, it slowly has kind of went from realistic to more or less so. I mean, we're going off of Tezuka, obviously, originally. It was very cartoonish, but you can kind of see a path where everything is kind of really more cartoony, exaggerated, even more so.
I'm just gonna crash it into a ravine. Fucking old man, never let me have what I want.
Yeah, I'm doing you a favor at this point. He did that thing in that one movie where the guy slides in on the socks, but he was only wearing underwear in that movie too, now that I think about it. You know, sometimes I listen to these subs and I hear particular voice actors and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've heard this in some other anime, but I don't know a fucking thing about Japanese VA, so I can never really pin them down. Not like when I'm listening like to American stuff, I'm like, oh, that's Steve Blum. That's really easy to tell.
Actually, I want to have a look who was in the dub for Initial D. Let's have a look here. Initial D dub. Probably have to go to IMDb.
I don't know, the Funimation dub, something like that?
Oh wow, the first name that popped up was Steve Blum, and he plays Takahashi.
Oh, there we go. See, that works out. I mean, hell, like, I think back when the earliest fucking anime I've been seeing was, like, Gundam Wing, when that came out, and I think Steve Blum was, like, a voice in that one. Like, they've kind of really, they had a lot of separate kind of dubbing companies before it all became fucking Funimation at this point, so...
Let's see, who else we got in here? We have Quentin Flynn, we have Wally Winger, Dave Wittenberg. So yeah, there's some familiar faces in the dub. Let's see, it was faster than Zoom, but slower than WoW.
I saw that tower PC he had back there. Man, I love those fucking old-ass tower PCs that sold for, like, $800 back in the day, but right now, these days, you can get them for like 10. It's nuts.
Yeah, you can't even give them away nowadays.
No, these are stocks. I don't know what you're talking about. They're not cars.
Yeah, street racing, it's profitable, but it's very short term. So while I'm performing sick drifts, I want to be checking the stock market just to make sure I've bet on the right horse,
So you're not going to get these kind of mountains in America. Like, I'm in Florida. You can't pull this shit on the hills that we have. It's not really going to be that impressive when you street race.
Oh, I thought I was going to transition to a sick race for a second there, but no, it's just high school term.
Oh, I really wish a stand would attack this building.
Why are we in school then?
I don't know, I guess they're waiting for the final bell.
It never rung on Friday.
What is with his fucking lips? Oh my god, it's just, like, weird.
The TV tropes will describe him as a gonk. He's there to make the protagonist look more handsome by comparison.
Yeah, I suppose. I need to get a gonk of my own and stand next to that guy.
That's what's known as a toxic friend, guys. Like, if your friend says, I'm not going to be your friend unless you perform in illegal street races, toss him and get someone who...
Yeah, was he ever really a friend to begin with? I beg you to abandon your ship at the tofu town.
When I see a convenience store in anime, do you know what my mind immediately goes to?
What does it go to?
Have a think. It's something you're very well versed in.
A convenience store in anime? Was it that episode of Metabots where Eki buys his first one?
Yeah, it was just Metabots in general, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Funnily enough, I think that was the last TV com we actually did, if we're not counting, like, Christmas commentaries and whatnot.
Yeah, it's been a while. Why do they call it a time attack? Can't it be a time talk it out?
Just shouting at the time with, like, a megaphone while you're driving.
I'll be waiting at the hospital. I really should not be here right now.
I see you're very persuasive like that. I will come no matter what.
Ah, well, I guess I have no choice.
Should I be smoking this close to a boiler? I'm not comfortable with this.
Probably not, but I'm pretty sure there's restaurant owners who do it all the time, or gas station owners or something, I don't know.
The moped is the funniest vehicle in, like, these action-packed racing shows.
It's really hard to look cool when you're driving one, yeah.
As I found out during, when Rich and I recorded a movie commentary for My Neighbours the Yamadas. It was pretty interesting.
I forgot what I was watching, thank you.
Dun 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 dun. That's Dragon Ball Super's little interlude.
Man, they had to rent out so many PS1s to render these cars, it's nuts.
I like how during the Sony-fon, I think we were playing Gran Turismo 2 and Volk just had a whole playlist of Eurobeat while he was going through the arcade mode.
That's pretty good, actually.
I actually threw him off one of the races and made him lose by randomly shouting, Deja vu! Obviously a well-known meme from Initial D.
I can't swim, so it'll be interesting. Oh!
I see.
A customary GIF in Japan? It's really weird that we don't see his face. I'm a little creeped out.
Walking animation.gif.
So anyway, did you hear what Joey Wheeler said to Kaiba the other day? It's nuts.
Oh, fucking fight me one-on-one. Okay, you can let go now. I haven't watched an anime like this in a long time, so seeing it be all over the top is a real treat.
Yeah, they don't really do stuff like this anymore, to my knowledge, but then again, I don't watch a lot of anime these days.
I think he's gonna go Super Saiyan 2. That is the same animation as when Gohan went SSJ2, if you'll pardon my weeaboo.
See, you can't fuck a girl with another guy there, it's just awkward. So is that like their Japanese Denny's that they're sitting in? I know, it certainly looked that way.
This is where they meet to plan how they're going to drive the car. Alright, you'll operate the stick, I'll get the pedals,
You'll go
and you...
forward!
You go that way, I'll drive home.
In a twist event, just to completely throw off the other team, I'm actually going to drive backwards and see what they do.
I had to do that during the last recording session of Spirit Tracks, because there was a bomb train after me.
Man, that car has a nice ass, though.
Alright, here we go. The part we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, we gotta start racing sometime, I suppose, in this racing anime.
Gonna see if I can find the list of, the fucking Eurobeat songs actually used here. Songs. There we go. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I think it might be Get Me Power and Running in the 90s in this one. Running in the 90s, definitely, because that's what Rob H.U. Actually, he's the patron who funded this. He suggested we try this one simply for that memeage.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, that sure is a lot of people for an illegal race.
Even the police are there. They're just taking their cut.
Yeah. Should we really take a look out for those guys in uniform over there? I don't know. They look a little suspicious.
No, they're in the race too. It's funny. Man, if you're a car fanatic, you'll probably love Initial D, but I respect cars at the best of times, so this is a whole lot of tech talk that's just going right over my head.
Yeah, man, I'm just like, I don't know fucking shit about cars either, so they're just kind of spouting off some, well, it sounds like they're spouting off Japanese, too, to me, it's weird. Ah, yes, my car's a normal Panda, except on the inside.
Well, then I guess we'll fucking go home then, you negative Nancy. Jesus.
Can't any of these other motherfuckers race?
No. I mean, one of them is like that one guy who turns into a car. I don't know if you've seen the gif of that.
Ah, Turbo Teen.
Jeez.
All this squatting's really uncomfortable, guys.
Finally.
Of course! At last the cars are coming! We're an illegal street racing team, but better put our name all over our cars!
Ah, Red Sun over Paradise. I love it.
Man, you remember finding these guys at Mass Effect? The Red Sun, Blue Moon. These are sounding like Pokemon versions at this point. Or actually, now that I think about it, Battle Network versions.
Oh yeah, right, true.
I'm here to play card games. Oh, fuck, I'm in the wrong anime.
Just drives off.
What is with all the overbite in this anime? It's really weird.
No, driving skill is determined on how well you drive a car, not how fancy your car is. I think you're fine.
I don't know, if you buy a good car, it certainly helps. I'm taking a leak, leave me alone. Don't your parents wonder where you are?
I hope he gets run over.
Just ironically. 10 o'clock? I gotta go to bed, though. I got school in the morning.
Oh, he just makes it home and drives in through the window, but the car shrinks, and he just winds up in bed with a little toy car. For some reason, I want JoJo Part 9 to take place in cars, so it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
No. Wheel of Fortune was bad enough.
Wait, what? I feel like I'm missing a JoJo step here.
Wheel of Fortune, that was one in the stands, remember?
No, actually.
In Part 3?
No.
The big spiky car driven by the guy who only had super big muscly arms. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
CGI away!
Fortunately, to make this race easier and more fun, yielding for pedestrians have temporarily been disabled, so go nuts, guys.
In fact, you get more points if you mount the curb.
Oh, I should watch the Midnight Channel.
I mean, I could beat all of them with, like, both hands tied behind my back and my penis driving, but I just don't feel like it, you know? Not today. Oh, fuck yeah, play that Eurobeat.
Autobots versus Decepticons.
Oh, it's Don't Stop the Music, I fucking love this one.
But later on, they'll ironically stop it, which just disappoints us all.
Please stop the music!
We're trying to read a book in the library! And here they come! Lots of little cars for everybody! There we go.
This must have been the hypest shit back in the day, I'm not gonna lie.
He's multi-lane drifting. I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of the only other Initial D context I have is that one episode of Steven Universe where, like, Stevani drags against Kevin.
Yeah, fucking Beach City Drift. Not the best episode, unfortunately, but we got some Eurobeat sounding music. That was cool.
That's true.
We will probably be covering Steven Universe in terms of TV comms next year. Easy content to put out. He's fucking intense back there. Did you see his eyes?
Yeah, I saw them. They were all wavering and intense. See, it's okay because eventually the rest of the mountain will have to load up in the background. They'll hit a loading screen, and that's a great point for the race to turn around.
Oh, jeez.
8.6 legit sounds like an Autobot. I know it's a type of car, but it sounds like a fucking Autobot, which, actually, I think, like, an Autobot hiding within the context of this kind of anime would actually be a really interesting concept. Well, fuck, they had a guy called Drift, for God's sake, as a legit Autobot. You may as fucking well. I don't want to go racing.
Alright, you can take the car out so long as you bring it back fully gassed up. And yes, this is the car he delivers tofu in, so the stakes are just that much higher.
I look really thrilled to be here. Don't get excited now, this is only a car racing anime. Want to keep that neutral.
Oh, is that it? Are we done?
It just turns into a Sun and Pop video at the end.
I was promised running in the 90s, Rob! I was promised running in the 90s!
Now it's like this fucking... I don't even know who these people are.
I dream of cars! Yeah, I dream of cars!
Man, this screensaver looks super intense in the background they're dancing in front of. God.
Oh, jeez. Well, That was Initial D, Episode 3, The Downhill Specialist Appears. We saw a bit of drifting, we got a little bit of Initial D as a whole. What do you think, THD?
It initially was D, but it didn't completely be D. So, I mean, we got some initial D occurring, yes, but it didn't quite finish.
I'm ending this commentary before it gets even more sad. Thank you so much, Rob, for funding this commentary. Oh, he just dropped me a little note in the Patreon Discord server, the HFC one. Oh, he wants episode 4 of Initial D First Stage for his December pick, I guess. This was for November to go along with Rondo of Blood. You see, when you go for the highest tier on our Patreon, you get a game quick look, but you also can have either 2 11-minute episode comms or 1 20 to 30-minute one, which obviously this was. So, yeah, we'll cover episode 4, just so we complete the race arc, if you will. But the next 2 episode comms to come out of our Patreon will be on the first 2 episodes of DuckTales 2017. I should have Stefan with me for that, so keep an eye out. But after that will come episode 4 of Initial D First Stage. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Very interesting to get back into TV comms again. I hope you guys will help support the Patreon by choosing ones of your own. You don't have to go for the highest tier. There is a tier called Couch Potato, where you can just get a TV com. So use that if you want to see a little something different from us and to help support us. Thanks guys for listening to the commentary. We'll see you next time for some more TV comms. Goodbye.